Today we explore the ultimate floating fortress of the US Navy, a true modern marvel of war. This giant steel warship weighs over 100,000 tons, wielding the massive power of nations. Costing $13 billion, it is truly not a mere warship. It acts as a moving island. Send in the carriers. This single order from the president shifts the global balance of power. Today, we decode the three ultimate layers of destruction hidden within a naval strike group. When a global crisis erupts, the White House issues a terrifyingly simple order to the troops. Move the carriers right now. This phrase echoes through the dark corridors of the Pentagon in war. But a carrier strike group is never just a lonely vessel floating on the vast and stormy sea. It is a massive military ecosystem, carrying the supreme power of the government. As it cuts through violent waves, this armada brings a heavily fortified base to any coast. Experts agree, no other nation possesses this level of rapid global military deployment. Let us explore the three terrifying layers of defense that make this floating city invincible. We begin our countdown with the outer perimeter, forming a deadly shield around the main fleet. At number 3, we find the relentless escorts, consisting of armed cruisers and destroyers. These sleek warships sail quietly beside the carrier, acting as heavily armored bodyguards. Their primary weapon is the famous Aegis combat system, a marvel of digital warfare. Inside the Combat Information Center, trained operators stare at glowing green radar screens. The Aegis radar creates an invisible dome of security, stretching for hundreds of miles. Nothing can breach this digital bubble without being detected and targeted by the main fleet. Whether it is a stealth submarine in the abyss or a missile plunging from the upper sky, the defensive network calculates the precise trajectory and launches a fierce counterattack. If you were the commander, would you trust your life to an automated computer system today? Tell us in the comments. Moving past the impenetrable Aegis shield, we find the offensive core. At number 2, we witness the terrifying might of the air wing, the weapon of this fortress. A Nimitz or Ford-class carrier can host nearly 100 aircraft on its reinforced flight deck. This concentrated aerial armada holds more firepower than the air forces of entire nations. The hangar bay below the deck is a sprawling mechanical cavern, constantly buzzing with work. Mechanics toil endlessly to keep these complex flying machines pristine, despite the salty air. Massive elevators slowly lift the fully armed fighters to the deck, exposing them to sunlight. Among these deadly birds of prey is the F-35C, the ultimate stealth fighter jet. Its special coating makes the jet nearly invisible to enemy tracking systems from afar. Clad in green flight suits and reflective visors, elite pilots sit inside their high-tech cockpits. They breathe through thick oxygen masks, eyes focused entirely on the complex digital displays. Outside the cockpit, the flight deck is a choreographed chaos of engines and colored jerseys. The Rainbow Crew works in perfect harmony, each colored vest denoting a specific, deadly job. Purple shirts handle the highly flammable fuel, while red shirts carefully load heavy munitions. Yellow shirts direct heavy aircraft into position, guiding them to massive catapult tracks. The pilot pushes the throttle forward, unleashing the deafening roar of the jet engine. They wait for the crucial signal from the shooter on the deck, initiating the violent launch. With a sudden burst of violent acceleration, the fighter is hurled into the massive sky. Going from 0 to 170 miles per hour in 3 seconds creates huge stress. Once airborne, this air wing can execute hundreds of lethal combat sorties every single day. They can strike strategic targets deep inside hostile territory without risking the carrier. Electronic warfare planes jam enemy communications, completely blinding their vital radars. Meanwhile, early warning aircraft act as the eyes of the fleet, scanning for unexpected threats. This relentless cycle of launching and recovering planes continues through the darkest storms. However, none of these incredible capabilities would exist without the true heart of the ship. Everything relies on a massive source of energy to keep the heavy catapults firing. At number 1, buried deep within the armored belly of the beast, lies the ultimate power. Atomic reactors separate supercarriers from all other ordinary naval warships today. Guarded by highly skilled engineers, these massive reactors generate pure and pristine energy. These men and women work in immaculate white rooms, far removed from the deafening deck chaos. They monitor pressure valves, ensuring the atomic fire burns safely within its heavy casing. This technology allows the ship to sail around the world continuously, without needing rest. A Nimitz-class carrier can operate for 25 years before refueling its core. This grants the United States Navy an unmatched advantage, breaking the chains of fuel supply lines. Furthermore, the immense heat from the atomic core is used to distill fresh drinking water daily. This vital resource sustains the thousands of sailors, keeping the floating city alive at sea. But the most crucial function of this nuclear heart is powering the electromagnetic system. Known as EMALS, this advanced technology uses massive bursts of pure electrical energy. Imagine harnessing the power of a small star just to throw modern airplanes into the high sky. Is this ultimate human genius or pure madness? Share your strategic perspective below. EMALS provides a smoother and more controlled acceleration for these multi-million-dollar jets. It reduces the immense physical stress on the airframes, prolonging the lifespan of the planes. It also allows the massive carrier to launch a wider variety of military aircraft. The raw electrical output required for just one launch could easily power a small, quiet town. This mix of limitless atomic endurance and overwhelming firepower is truly unstoppable. It transforms the carrier strike group into the ultimate instrument of coercive diplomacy. The mere presence of this nuclear armada in foreign waters sends a very powerful warning. It tells any enemy that crossing the line will result in absolute military destruction. It is a profound projection of national will, influencing regions without firing a single shot. The carrier does not just fight wars. Its main psychological purpose is to prevent them entirely. Managing this immense power requires a level of strict discipline that borders on superhuman. The admiral standing on the bridge bears the heavy burden of commanding this terrifying force. Looking down at the glowing hologram, they hold the fate of entire foreign nations. in their hands. Every blip on the radar represents a potential flashpoint that could ignite a massive conflict. They must constantly balance aggression with calculated restraint in these treacherous waters. The strike group operates in a state of high alert, ready to transition to total war in minutes. Sailors sleep in cramped bunks beneath the deck, their dreams accompanied by the thunder of jets. They are the unsung heroes who keep the gears of this colossal war machine turning smoothly daily. From the dark depths of the reactor room to the blinding sunlight of the flight deck, everyone counts. The Carrier Strike Group is a testament to human engineering, pushing the absolute limits of steel. Despite its overwhelming might and deep defenses, the Carrier faces new and deadly modern threats. Fast hypersonic missiles and sophisticated drone swarms now challenge the supremacy of the fleet. The Aegis shield must constantly evolve, upgrading its digital algorithms to counter these weapons. The sea is no longer a safe sanctuary. It is now a highly contested and deadly battleground. As the world shifts rapidly, the strategic value of these massive floating targets is fiercely debated. Some experts argue they are becoming too vulnerable to cheap, mass-produced anti-ship drone weapons. Many state their ability to project raw combat power makes them entirely irreplaceable. Regardless, the Supercarrier remains the undisputed king of the seas, a pure symbol of power. It stands as a great achievement of industrial might, a steel leviathan that commands deep respect. As long as oceans connect the continents, these massive nuclear behemoths will patrol the dark waters. They will forever remain a towering testament to human ambition and the realities of warfare. But their sheer size and unstoppable force raise a critical question for the future of global combat. A ship carrying a nuclear reactor and billions in aircraft is simply too huge to ever be hidden. High above, advanced spy satellites track its every single movement across the vast and open sea. A tactical dilemma emerges for the top commanders of the United States military today. How do you completely conceal weapons of mass destruction from the watchful eyes of the enemy? What must a nation do when it wishes to hide its most terrifying strategic weapons from the sky? The chilling answer lies not on the surface of the ocean, but far beneath the crushing dark waves. This introduces the silent realm of the nuclear submarine, a very different type of beast. While the Carrier projects loud dominance from above, the submarine rules the quiet depths below. But until that silent threat is fully revealed, the mighty strike group remains the absolute king. It sails across the globe as a massive monument to advanced human engineering and warfare. Nothing else on this planet can rapidly deliver so much firepower to any hostile shore. It is a constant reminder that peace is often maintained by the terrifying threat of force. Generations of sailors dedicate their lives to running this great and terrifying machine. They sacrifice their comfort to ensure the strategic dominance of their nation upon the seas. As the massive propellers turn, churning the dark waters, the floating city moves forward steadily. It leaves behind a trail of white foam, a physical scar upon the surface of the vast blue ocean. Every rival power carefully watches its path, calculating the high risks of engagement. This fleet shows a level of wealth and technology never seen in human history before. As the sun sets over the horizon, The flight deck glows with beautiful artificial lights. The loud roar of jet engines slowly fades away, replaced by the steady hum of the reactors. The sailors look out into the endless black void, knowing they are the ultimate shield of their home. They stand ready to deliver fire and fury at a moment's notice, waiting for the strict order. This is the undeniable truth of modern naval warfare in our fragile world today. Does this massive nuclear beast truly bring global peace, or just the silent threat of death? Does it push rival nations to build deadlier stealth weapons? Share your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed this deep tactical dive, please like this video, share, and subscribe for more history.